Alright, so now you're done watching the video on electromagnets. We need to actually make an electromagnet. So you're going to need to locate some stuff. So like if you found your permanent magnets, okay, those permanent magnets were in a Ziploc bag that had the wire paper clips and the sandpaper. We're going to need to grab an electrode from yesterday. The one that we're going to use is actually the nail. So this is really just a zinc coated nail, so it has some iron in it already. And so we're going to make it into a magnet. And then of course you're going to need some batteries and a couple of your clip wires. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take that piece of wire that's in here. This is a copper wire that has a coating on it. So it actually has a coating. You can kind of see, let's see, that the copper end is inside there, and then the red part is actually just a coating on this. And we're going to use this, and keep in mind we're going to use this for another activity as well. So be careful with your wire first. We're going to try to unwrap it, and we're going to coil it around the nail. So I'm going to start with it at the top, so you want to leave a little bit of room here so that we can connect. And then you're just going to wrap this around your nail. So I'm going to start here by just kind of wrapping this around the nail. And we're going to create this coil so that the electrons can kind of run through this coil, okay, and affect the atoms that are inside the nail. So we're going to create that electric current, okay, and so this is going to be the bulk of our time, is just getting this coiled up. And we want to use the entire wire. So I'm going to pause right here so that I can finish doing this, and then I'll come right back. Alright, so I'm back here. We've got our coil of wire, and now what we're really doing is that red coating is the insulator that doesn't let the wire touch each other. So that would create a short circuit. You are going to want to be careful with this. This could potentially get hot, so you don't want it to stay connected for too long. But now we need to do a little bit of exposing of the copper from this. So this is where the sandpaper comes in. So you're going to grab that little piece of sandpaper that you have, and we just need to sand off the kind of coating that's on the wire. Okay, and so it looks like we're just trying to expose that good copper color, and you should see that the red will be gone. Okay, so just going to give it a little sand here so that we can make some good connections. And we're doing this all the way around on this so that we're exposing all of that copper for our battery to make a good connection point with it. And we'll do that on both sides. And you want to make sure that we'll be able to get all of that off, and that we can see all of the copper all the way around. Like I said, we're going to use this wire again, so we'll unwrap this at some point, but for right now it's just going to become our electromagnet. And I see I should have given you guys a little bit finer. Alright, so that's not too bad. So now we've got exposed copper on both of these. We can go ahead and now clip one of our electrodes to one side, or our wires to one side, and wire to the other side. Okay, and now we've got the electromagnet that we're going to use. And we're going to try to pick up some paper clips. So we're going to take our paper clips out. And right now, if we just try to touch the point of the nail to the paper clips, nothing will happen. But then what we'll do is we'll get a battery and we'll check to see. So this is where it's going to be a little tricky. We're going to want to use one hand to touch each of our clips to the positive and negative side of the battery, and now we'll pick up some paper clips. Okay, and we can kind of see how many we can pick up. And if you want, you can even try it with multiple batteries. So if you wanted to put your batteries together, I think I gave enough so that if you wanted to, you could duct tape them together so that you could then have more cells together. This, remember, should add our voltages together. So if each of these is 1.5 volts, this should be a 6-volt battery now. So if we actually connect them here and here, we would then have a 6-volt connection, and this is where having extra hands would help. Let's see if I can put this together. Here we go. To pick up our paper clips. Okay, but you do want to be careful because again that can get hot, and because we have such little resistance in this wire, so it almost acts a little bit more. And like in the video, you saw his coil had a lot of wire to it, and the more wire we use, the more resistance we create. So that's an electromagnet. You can go ahead and play with your electromagnet a little bit, and again, be careful with it so you don't get it too hot to handle, and you can pick up some paper clips.